Okay, what if your body had no defense system, no way to defend itself against bacteria, viruses, or infections that may enter the body? The purpose of this speech is to inform people about white blood cells and how they defend the body. Have you ever been bitten by a mosquito and it itched? Have you ever had a wound that scabbed over while it was healing? When a mosquito bite swells up, it's due to the chemical reaction between what the white blood cells release and the foreign antigens that are trying to enter the body. The white blood cells are fighting it to prevent it from entering the body. There's a whole clotting cascade that happens when human skin is punctured and it's scabbing over and trying to heal. In this speech, I'm going to tell people about what white blood cells are, what they do, the monocyte white blood cells, and the eosinophil white blood cells. According to Barry Judith, while white blood cells, also called leukocytes, is your blood's defense mechanisms against infections, bacteria, viruses, or any other illnesses that may befall you. These blood cells are formed from bone marrow and travel to the site of the infection to start a fight-type procedure. According to the editors of Encyclopedia of Britannica, they generally live for only a few minutes and therefore are being created constantly. If too many young white blood cells are released from the bone marrow, this could indicate an infection like HIV or cancer. If the white blood cell count is slightly elevated, it would mean an infection has entered the body. Now that you have been informed about what white blood cells do, let's talk about a couple of different types there are. The biggest player in the game is the monocyte, is the massive sized monocyte. Monocytes fight bacterial infections by engulfing the antigen within itself and consuming it, kind of like Mrs. Pac-Man does to the dots on the game. These white blood cells have grayish cytoplasm with vacuoles and an enormous nucleus. Now that I have talked about monocytes, we can move on to the role of the eosinophil. According to the editors of Encyclopedia of Britannica, eosinophils are part of the granulocyte series of white blood cells. It has a pinkish-orange speckled cytoplasm with a larger nucleus, but not as big as the monocyte's nucleus. Eosinophils fight off parasitic infections, but are also the reason people have allergies. Inside the cytoplasm, the granules are made of histamines. When they fight off a foreign antigen, they release the granules of the histamines into the body. The body then has an allergic reaction to the histamine. Thus, allergies. They only occupy 3 to 4% of white blood cells in the body. Imagine if it were more, how much sneezing we would do. Leukocytes have one of the most important jobs in the body. They keep you safe and protected and can be a good indicator for your doctor if there is a bigger problem going on. Thank you for taking the time to listen about what white blood cells are and the different kinds such as monocytes and eosinophils. And remember to thank your leukocytes that you're still alive.